Hi, welcome to the floor of my guest bedroom slash work from home office where my TBR pile currently lives. It was in the other room for a bit, but it outgrew that space. So here it is on the floor. I need your help. I'm going on a big road trip soon. I've been talking about this a little bit. It's coming up. It's finally happening. Beginning of May. We're leaving for 2 months practically. Huge road trip. I need your help picking the books that I should bring with me. I'll talk about some of the books that we have here today. You can help me decide. Just put in the comments what you think I need to bring. And then I'll fight with my partner Justin about how many I get to bring. We're gonna be gone for 2 months, so I suggested 20 books, 10 books a month, especially when I'm not working. I'm gonna be off the whole time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of sitting in the passenger seat reading. That seems reasonable to me. He suggested that it was not. He said that's too many books to bring. So also comment below and tell me how many books do you think I should bring? 15 if I can't bring 20, right? Okay, I do have a Kindle. I never ever use it. I should. Look. It's been a long time. If you don't see something here and you're like, you need to read it, geographically based somewhere on your trip or something like that, let me know and I'll get it from the library and I'll read my Kindle on this trip, even though I prefer a real book. Okay, you wanna hear about my trip before we talk about the books? Ready? We are going to Charlottesville, Virginia for a wedding, Ann Arbor, Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, Pictured Rocks, Michigan, the UP, Minneapolis, Badlands, Black Hills, we're in the Dakotas now, a bunch of time in Montana. We're going to Yellowstone. We're camping 3 nights in Yellowstone. I'm so excited. From there to Boise, Idaho, Olympic National Park in Washington. We are taking the ferry San Juan Islands, Orcas Island off Washington. Spend a night with one of my childhood best friends in Seattle. Bend, Oregon, we're gonna hike the Three Sisters. We're going to California. I'm gonna spend a night in wine country with my sweet book club friends who you've heard me talk about here before. Going to spend a full week in the Bay Area. We have all of our friends in Oakland and San Francisco. We have family in the Bay Area. It'll be so nice. We're driving down the coast. We have another wedding in San Diego. Saguaro National Park, White Sands, New Mexico, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Somewhere in Texas, somewhere in Mississippi. Stop in Atlanta to see Lindsay for a few days. Drive up to see my parents in DC. I think that's it. That's 2 months. Can you believe it? Am I the luckiest girl in the whole world? So that's the trip. Now let's talk about the books. Help me pick what books I must bring with me. I have no plan of action here. Oh, is it backwards? Yeah, it is. Let me fix that. Okay, I turned off mirroring so you can actually read the titles of these books. Now it's gonna look really weird that I changed that halfway through the video, but oh well, here we go. Ready? Okay. First stack. On the bottom here we have Matrix by Lauren Groff. I'm curious, has anybody read this? Should I read this? Anybody who's like, this is a Rebecca book or this is not a Rebecca book, let me know. Paula by Isabel Allende. I've been really wanting to read that. Beauty is a Wound, sent to me by the amazing Alex of Little Cherry Cordial. This looks so good. Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera. I've never read it. Do I need to? I don't want to bring anything that I might DNF because then it'll be a waste of space. So we're only bringing bangers. I've been meaning to read this little tiny Knausgaard book for so long. Sent to me by Fiction Advocate. It's a little tiny baby, so maybe this would be perfect to bring. This came out yesterday, I think. Constructing a Nervous System by Margot Jefferson. Really excited to get to this. Yuri Herrera book. Love Yuri Herrera. Sport and Pastime by James Salter. I love Light Years. Lindsay said this wasn't as good, but I'm like, how could that be? He's so good. Penelope Fitzgerald, another Milan Kundera, The Book of Laughter and Forgetting. I've not read either of these Milan Kunderas. The Known World by Edward P. Jones. This has also been on my list for so long. I want to get to this someday. The Hard Crowd by Rachel Kushner. Ali Smith, There But For The. Moving along. Coming Bad Days. I saw that Julie, the Linen Librarian, just read this and liked it, so that's exciting. New and Collected Stories by Joy Williams. I want to read this, The Will and Testament. I read another Big Discourse this year, or last year maybe. I made a video about it and I really liked it, so I should get to this. Another Isabel Allende, The House of the Spirits. I'm only going to bring one Isabel Allende, obviously. Ursula Le Guin. Very afraid of this. These Amazing Beauties sent to me by Joan Publishing. Trust by Domenico Starnone. I read Ties and really liked it. Love, if that's what it's called. These are both sent to me by the publisher. Adrienne Rich. This is the only Nell Zink I haven't read, although she does have a new one coming out this spring. And I don't know why I've been putting it off. I love Nell Zink. These last three are ones that have been on my shelf for literally my whole life. Moving right along. Alice Walker, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens. I really want to read this. Lives of Girls and Women. So I just read Runaway, which is Alice Munro's most famous short story collection. And this is her only novel. I've heard it's like not great, that she's at her best at short stories, but I'm so curious because I love novels so much more than short stories. Girls Can Kiss Now. This is brand new. Plant Dreaming Deep. I'm definitely gonna bring this one. Mace Sarden. Gotta bring that. Another Mace Sarden, Crucial Conversations. Told through a series of vivid personal confrontations, a novel about a woman who explodes out of a suffocating marriage. Maybe not the best thing to bring while I'm about to spend 7 weeks in a car with my husband and try not to kill each other. Grace Paley, Enormous Changes at the Last Minute. Jean Stafford, The Mountain Lion. Cusk, I've never read. I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. I think that's a definite maybe, I don't know. Love Medicine by Louise Erdrich. Daybook by Anne Truitt, I've been meaning to read that. Carson McCullers, Member of the Wedding. I'm just gonna bring all of these. I don't know, by Fernanda Melchor. Really want to read this. Kindly sent to me. This is an uncorrected proof from New Directions. Drive Your Power for the Ones of the Dead. Still haven't read. Definitely want to. My Garden Book by Jamaica Kincaid. The Door by Magda Szabo. This I know is going to be a banger. And you know when you know that a book is like for you, you have a hard time picking it up. So I haven't picked this up, but I really should. The Right to Sex. Also, I know this is going to be a banger for me. Moving along. First Love by Gwendolyn Riley. Really want to read that. Spell Heaven, short stories. This was just sent to me by Counterpoint. This beautiful book just sent to me by New York Review of Books. This is very heavy. Maybe I should make a no hardback rule. What do we think? Sex and Lies by Layla Slimani. These are two very sexy books about BDSM. This one was just sent to me by Bloomsbury. Should I do a BDSM themed reading week where I read both of these and do a vlog? Let me know. Here's my unread Iris Murdoch collection. We've got The Green Knight, The Sandcastle, Under the Net, and The Bell. Probably not gonna bring more than one Iris Murdoch. Which Iris Murdoch should I bring? We're getting there. Only a couple more piles left. The Pumpkin Eater. Been meaning to read this. It's a nice little portable size. Maybe that's a good one to bring. Ida by Gertrude Stein. Girl by Camille Loren. Translated from French. Comes out this month. Sent to me by Other Press. Friends and Relations by Elizabeth Bowen. I'm reading an Elizabeth Bowen right now, so probably not two Elizabeth Bowens that fast. Herland by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. I'm gonna pick this up because I really want to read The Yellow Wallpaper first, but I haven't been able to find a copy at any of the used bookstores I've been going to recently. This I'm super excited about. No One Will See Me Cry by Cristina Rivera Garza. Rivera Garza has a new book coming out this spring, and this sounds so good. Translated by Andrew Hurley. Came out in 1997. One of Mexico's literary stars. Joaquin Buitrago, a photographer in the Castañeda Insane Asylum, believes a patient is a prostitute he knew years earlier. His obsession leads him to explore the clinic's records and her tragic history. That sounds very good. The Red Zone by Chloe Caldwell, sent to me by Soft Skull. This is a book about endometriosis that I'm like really excited to read, but also very scared of. Heaven is a Place on Earth by Adrian Chirk. This was sent to me by Counterpoint. I haven't read it yet. I just said no hardcovers, but I'm curious about this one. It's about utopias. This one was also sent to me by Harper, and I'm curious about this. Has anyone read this? Okay, this is a chunker. We're not gonna bring this. This is hardback. I just said we're not gonna do that, but I've been meaning to get to this. Do I need to read this? Possession by A.S. Byatt, a classic. I just read a Byatt, so maybe not another Byatt, but maybe another Byatt. I don't know. Ooh, this has been on my list forever. The Last Samurai. Maybe this trip is the time to tackle The Last Samurai. Possibly. We're putting this in the probable pile. I've made a huge mess here today. Violets, Body and Pain, Arlington Park, another Cusk I haven't read. The Memory Police. I never read this. Do I need to read this? Talk to me about this book. Should this be a must read on this list? Cleanness by Garth Greenwell. Also never read this. Ooh, this I think should come. Axiomatic by Tumarkin. Drawing on 9 years of research, Axiomatic explores the ways we understand the traumas we inherit and the systems that sustain them. Yeah. Carson, The Beauty of the Husband. This is a library book, so we're not gonna bring that. Strange Hotel. My boy Ben read this. Do I need to bring this? Tender is the Flesh. I'm very scared of this book. Do I need to read it? Okay, we're at our last pile. The Man Who Saw Everything, Deborah Levy. Sure to be a banger. Never read a Levy I didn't love. Maybe I should bring this as a guarantee, you know? All This Could Be Yours by Jamie Attenberg. Another May Sarton. This one is a novel. Never read a Sarton novel. This is the only Sarton novel I have. It's called Anger. To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. I read some Woolf at some point in some class. I need to revisit as an adult Virginia Woolf. Is this the one, or should I buy Orlando? Let me know. Gentrifier. I also saw that my girl Julie at the Linen Librarian read this. Should I read this? Wole Soyinka. I was talking recently about how much I love Norman Rush, and somebody was suggesting that I should pick up Wole Soyinka as a counterbalance. I'm curious. Has anyone read this one? I love the cover. 1004, Ben Lerner. I'm not gonna bring that. Chuggy Bane. Never read it, but like, I'm scared. Looks really depressing. Swamplandia and Memorial. We did it. Woo! I made a huge mess here today. Let's look at my probable pile. All right. The Man Who Saw Everything by Deborah Levy. Probably gonna come. Axiomatic. What do you think? Has anyone read this? Is this sure to be a banger? The Last Samurai. I think it's time. I think it's time that I tackle this. This copy belonged to Justin, my partner, and you can see from his thing that he made it 100 pages in and gave up. So we'll read this just to outdo him. I Captured the Castle, Love Medicine, Plant Dreaming Deep, Daybook, Member of the Wedding, The Door. What else? What else did you see here that I must bring with me? What did you not see here that I must bring with me that I should put on my Kindle? What Virginia Woolf do I need to download on my Kindle before I go? Pick a Virginia Woolf for me. Also, any location-based books. Washington State, Yellowstone, Montana. We're going to be in Montana for a while. Anything like that that I need to read to fully immerse myself on the trip, let me know. Okay, thanks for helping me pack. Thanks for helping me clean up this mess that I made here today. I'm gonna go do that now. Love you, nerds. Talk to me in the comments. Be my friend. Okay, bye.